What if the last meal of your day was quietly deciding how deeply you sleep, how calm your body feels, and how ready your muscles are to recover overnight? Most people think dinner is just the meal that ends the day. But dinner is also the last chance your body gets to load up on the minerals it needs before hours of rest and repair. Magnesium plays a role in hundreds of processes in the body, and the right dinner can quietly fill that gap while you eat something genuinely satisfying. Today, I am showing you 18 dinners built around this powerful mineral. Stick around, because number 4 is a stew from Ethiopia that most people outside the region have never even heard of. And number 17 is a dinner that uses dark chocolate in a savory sauce, a tradition that will completely change how you think about dessert. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, because we bring you real traditional healing every single week. Let's get into it. Here are 18 magnesium-rich dinners that will heal you instantly. Ranked from powerful to truly amazing. 1. Grilled salmon with sautéed spinach. Scandinavia's magnesium-rich dinner. Across Scandinavia, fish and leafy greens have anchored the evening meal for centuries. A simple pairing that quietly delivers a strong dose of magnesium in every bite. Salmon carries its own contribution alongside the mineral packed into every spinach leaf, giving your muscles what they need to relax and recover overnight. Grill a salmon fillet and serve it over spinach sautéed briefly in olive oil. 2. Black bean chili. Mexico's ancient magnesium stew. Black beans have fed Mexican households for thousands of years. Simmered slowly with tomatoes and warming spices into a stew that remains one of the richest plant-based magnesium dinners you can make. A single warm bowl can deliver a meaningful share of what your body needs for the entire day. Simmer black beans with tomatoes, onion, and cumin until thick and rich. 3. Chickpea curry. India's magnesium-rich comfort dinner. Chickpeas have been a staple across India for thousands of years, simmered into a warming curry that families have gathered around at the end of the day for generations. Their fiber and mineral content work together to support steady digestion through the night. Simmer chickpeas in a tomato and spice-based sauce until tender. 4. Misir wat. Ethiopia's ancient lentil stew. This is the dinner I mentioned. Across Ethiopia, this deep red lentil stew has been simmered for generations and shared from a single large plate, eaten by hand with injera bread, a tradition as old as the dish itself. Lentils are one of the more overlooked magnesium sources in modern eating, quietly supporting the body's nightly recovery. Simmer red lentils with berbere spice and onions until thick. 5. Tofu and cashew stir-fry. East Asia's magnesium-rich dinner. Tofu and cashews have both been staples across East Asian cooking for centuries, and stir-fried together with vegetables, they create a dinner that layers 2 strong magnesium sources into a single pan. The combination also brings protein and healthy fat, making it a genuinely complete evening meal. Stir-fry cubed tofu and cashews with vegetables in a hot pan. 6. Spinach and chickpea stew. The Mediterranean's ancient comfort dish. Across the Mediterranean, spinach and chickpeas have been simmered together for generations, a humble combination that quietly built strong, healthy meals in households that had little else. Together they stack fiber, plant protein, and a real dose of magnesium into one pot. Simmer spinach and chickpeas with garlic and olive oil until tender. 7. Stuffed sweet potato with black beans. Central America's hearty dinner. Sweet potatoes and black beans have anchored Central American diets for centuries, and stuffed together, they create a filling dinner rich in both fiber and magnesium. It is the kind of meal that satisfies without leaving you feeling heavy before bed. Bake a sweet potato until soft and fill it with warmed black beans. 8. Edamame fried rice. Japan's magnesium-rich rice dish. Edamame has been a trusted evening food across Japan for generations, and stirred into rice with vegetables, it becomes a simple, satisfying dinner that carries real mineral density in every bite. It also brings a clean source of plant protein to round out the meal. Stir-fry cooked rice with shelled edamame and vegetables. 9. Pumpkin seed-crusted fish. Mesoamerica's ancient coastal dinner. Coastal communities across Mesoamerica have used ground pumpkin seeds as a coating for fish for generations, a tradition that adds crunch and a genuine magnesium boost to a simple piece of fish. It turns an ordinary weeknight fillet into something both flavorful and mineral-rich. Press ground pumpkin seeds onto a fish fillet before baking. 10. Soba noodles with vegetables. Japan's ancient buckwheat dinner. Buckwheat noodles, known as soba, have been eaten across Japan for centuries, and unlike most noodles, this pseudo-grain carries a genuinely strong magnesium content in every serving. Pairing it with sautéed vegetables keeps the whole dinner light yet mineral-dense. Toss cooked soba noodles with sautéed vegetables and a light soy-based sauce. 11. Whole grain pasta with spinach and pine nuts. The Mediterranean simple feast whole grain pasta, spinach, and pine nuts have been combined across Mediterranean kitchens for generations. A dinner simple enough for a weeknight yet rich enough to feel like a real feast. The whole grain alone contributes more magnesium than any refined pasta ever could. Toss whole grain pasta with wilted spinach, pine nuts, and olive oil. 12. Moroccan chickpea tagine. North Africa's slow-cooked dinner across Morocco. Chickpeas have been slow-cooked in a tagine with warming spices for centuries. A dinner built to simmer patiently while the flavors and minerals deepen together. The long, slow cooking time makes the chickpeas even easier for the body to digest and absorb. Slow-cooked chickpeas with tomatoes, warming spices, and dried apricots. 13. Wild rice pilaf with almonds. Native America's harvest dinner. Wild rice, hand-harvested by Native American communities for generations, becomes a hearty dinner when combined with toasted almonds, layering 2 strong magnesium sources into a single warm bowl. It carries a deeper, nuttier flavor than ordinary rice, along with far more mineral density. Cook wild rice until tender and stir in toasted sliced almonds. 14. Miso glazed salmon. Japan's ancient umami dinner. Miso has been brushed over fish. Japan for centuries. Its deep, savory flavor built from fermented soybeans that carry their own quiet magnesium contribution. The fermentation process also makes the dish easier on digestion than plain fish alone. Brush salmon with a miso glaze and broil until caramelized. 15. Black bean stuffed avocado. Mesoamerica's fresh dinner bowl. Black beans and avocado have been paired across Mesoamerican cooking for generations, a fresh, filling dinner that needs no cooking beyond warming the beans. The avocado's healthy fat also helps the body absorb the magnesium from everything in the bowl. Fill a halved avocado with warmed, seasoned black beans. 16. Quinoa stuffed peppers. The Andes' sacred grain dinner. Quinoa, once called the mother grain by the Inca, becomes a hearty dinner when stuffed into roasted peppers alongside vegetables and herbs. Unlike most grains, quinoa carries a complete protein alongside its meaningful magnesium content. Fill roasted bell peppers with cooked quinoa, black beans, and vegetables. 17. Dark chocolate mole chicken. Mexico's legendary sacred sauce. This is the dinner I mentioned. In Mexico, dark chocolate has been simmered into savory mole sauce for centuries, a tradition dating back to ancient ceremonial cooking, where chocolate was treated as something closer to medicine than dessert. High cocoa dark chocolate remains one of the richest magnesium sources in any kitchen, savory or sweet. Simmer chicken in a mole sauce made from dark chocolate, chilies, and warming spices. 18. Baked mackerel with roasted greens. The full circle dinner. We close with baked mackerel and roasted greens, a dinner that echoes the very first meal on this list. Proof that across every culture we have covered tonight, from Scandinavian coastlines to Mexican kitchens, the simplest pairing of fish and greens remains one of the most powerful magnesium dinners there is. It requires no special ingredients, just a good fillet and whatever greens are in season. Bake mackerel with a squeeze of lemon and serve alongside roasted seasonal greens. That is 18 dinners, each one quietly built around the mineral your body needs most as the day winds down. Simple stews, hearty grain bowls, and fish paired with greens, each one rooted in a real tradition passed down for generations. A quick word of caution. If you take medication regularly, talk to your doctor before making any big changes to your diet, since magnesium can interact with certain medicines. Your last meal of the day was never meant to be an afterthought. Now you know exactly how to make it count.